Okay, this video is going to walk you through how to make the rock cycle comic strip, and I will try not to sound like a robot. Here we go. So we're on the assignment stream for the class. This is period 2. Go to whatever class, oops, you won't be able to see that. Go to whatever your period is, obviously, and then you'll see your assignments. The comic strip one is, I think, the third one down the list. You'll need to have done the introduction to the rock cycle assignment first, where you watch the slideshow, did Hangman, and, I'm sorry, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or Rags to Riches, and then Hangman. Then you will have needed to have read the article and answered the questions. Now you can make this comic strip. So let's walk through how this will work. First of all, you'll have this activity/video to watch beforehand, and it's pretty cool. It looks like a video.
It's dull, grey and boring, you know. No way. Press start to begin.
And I just muted it. But so once you start going through it, it will kind of walk you through.
A rock is made up of tiny grains that fit together.
It will walk you through different things about the rock cycle. It's very helpful. It's interactive. Highly recommend it. In fact, it's required. It's part of the assignment. So watch that, and then when you're done, go back here, and what I have is 2 different ways of making comics. But let's look at the expectations first. It's this 4th link down. This video link will have been the bottom one. I haven't added it because I'm making it right now. Comic strip expectations. Kept it pretty simple. Basically it says, here's what your comic will need to include. You will earn 1 point each time you correctly and relevantly use the 10 vocab words listed below. So these ones right here. You can have your comic strip be about a teacher explaining the rock cycle to a class, or about the adventures of a rock character as it moves through the rock cycle. And if you have other creative ideas, let me know, okay? But these words are on your slideshow. If you have any questions about them, Google it. Ask me. There's plenty of resources out there for you to find stuff. I expect all of you to use these 10 words at least once, and you should be able to bring in other vocabulary as you're talking about these words as well. Now, to make the comic, in fact, you might just want to leave that open so that you can refer to it as you're making your comic. So I'm going to go back to the other tab. So these are just 2 different ways of making the same thing. Let's look at this first one. It is pretty simple, but you know, for a lot of people that's great. So you'll give yours a name, call it whatever, but it has to refer to the rock cycle somehow, so we know that it's not about like Batman or werewolves or something. Who is the author? So you'll put your name, and then you'll hit this little arrow, and then I would recommend using the 6 panels because you're going to need to have enough space to communicate all of the information. So what you can start doing with this one is you can add a character, like you can have yours be a baby explaining rocks this way, right? Oops. There you go. And you can use these bubbles to type, okay? And what you'll do is you'll walk through your story that way. You'll move on to the next panel using these arrows. You can change the background. It's pretty cool. Now when you're done, when you've finished your story, you click Finish. I want you to print it and make sure that it's save as PDF. It should be since you're on your Chromebook. And then once you save it as PDF, I want you to email that to me, okay? That's how you will turn in this assignment. When you have questions with that, raise your hand and we'll walk through that part of this process. Okay? So that's this first option. Second option, it's a little bit more dynamic, a little bit more complicated, but you have more options to do, I don't know, cool stuff. So here's your comics, and or here's your empty panels, and here's characters that you can add. So let's look at this guy. Okay, so we can have him be here. So again, I just clicked on the character I wanted. They appeared in this panel, and then once I click on them, then they appear here. Now if I want to move on to a different panel, I can go like click on this character, or let's see, maybe I want my main character to be this Abraham Lincoln type guy. Okay. And then I can move them. I can move these guys however I want. I'm holding down while I move them, clicking down. Now, objects, let's see. Different kind of objects. So it could be that Abraham Lincoln is teaching this to a turkey. Oops. How do we get this guy out of there? How do we get rid of the turkey? Oh no! Delete. There we go. Okay. So obviously we'll have to figure some stuff out. Let's say we want Abraham Lincoln talking to the turkey. Go here. Now the important part is you need to have talk balloons or thought balloons, because this is where the dialogue happens, okay? And then you move it, however, and then this is where you're going to type, and then this is where you need to use that vocabulary. The whole point of this is not to just have fun having Abraham Lincoln talking. It's also to obviously explain the rock cycle. Okay, that's the whole point. When you're done, you can add panels this way. You can change the background. Oh, you can add little like descriptions here. You know, so like if I wanted to do a little introduction, so I don't have to have all the information communicated through dialogue. I can have the information communicated through this panel prompts is what they call it down here. And now I can go switch here. How many more can I add? Is that it? Just 4? Well, if it's just 4, then you're going to need to make sure you're using a lot of vocabulary per square. Okay? So this is just a basic introduction on how to use either of these 2 comic strip tools. Okay? When you're done with this one, go on to next. It will have you, actually you can just email this. You'll do from your name, your email, and then send the email to me. My email is on the wall. It's jsand@cortez.k12.co.us. And then you can email the comics. Boom, you're done. Then you hit submit. You'll be able to click open on yours. This is the teacher panel. I think you guys know how to turn in assignments by now. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Make a comic strip, use all these words, and have fun and be creative.